You're listening to the Co-Creator Network. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Hi, you're listening to Our Voice Now Humanities Team. I'm Sarah Applegate.
And I'm Andy Bell.
Our guest tonight is Rick Perry, creator of HABBADA. HABBADA is a word Rick made up a few years ago. It means all things good, and don't worry about it, basically. The word has such a great vibration to it that it instantly spread. Rick started making HABBADA bumper stickers, and within weeks people were rocking the HABBADA bumper sticker across the country. There's even a sticker on a tank in Afghanistan. Then requests for more and different HABBADA merchandise started flowing in, so he began making shirts, wristbands, and even glasses. Now HABBADA is an official business that raises money through sales of the brand name HABBADA merchandise to donate to local organizations and individuals that need a little support. Each month, HABBADA shines a spotlight on a member in the community who reflects the HABBADA motto, which is live it, love it, share it, and also creating unity to help others. So thanks, Rick, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Sarah and Andy.
Yeah, thank you. And can you just explain what HABBADA means to you? Because it's obviously not something that all our audience have heard of. So if you could explain what it means and why people should start using it.
Absolutely. I wish I had $1 for every time somebody asked me what the word HABBADA means. It doesn't matter if I'm out or anywhere. Somebody will come up to me and ask me, I've seen it all over, what does it mean? And really, in the big picture, it means creating unity to help others. That's not how it originated. In the beginning, it started out with the meaning of everything and anything, kind of like the word forget about it. However, as it continued to grow and the requests of different merchandise that people were requesting, I realized that I was definitely onto something, and it could really make an impact on other people that need it, like you said earlier. So the ultimate mission statement is to create unity to help others. It's a very catchy word. It doesn't matter what I walk into, whether it's a restaurant or a family function, anywhere, the word HABBADA just kind of flows naturally. And it's really great that it's caught on like it has, and we've been able to continue to grow and definitely make an impact. And it's my hope that the impact will continue to spread, so that way a lot more people can receive funds that they need to continue on with whatever they're dealing with in life.
That's so cool. I just like the fact that you came up with this word and that it's spreading and that it's really kind of embracing this like whole light of supporting and creating and really just embracing this whole basically treat others well and love things and just live life. I'm just curious, how did you come up with the word?
Well, I've been on a bowling league for many years now, and one night while bowling with my team, I got a strike, and the word HABBADA, HABBADA, HABBADA came out of my mouth. And from that point forward, it was kind of a nickname at first, and it just grew from there. It was just kind of a joke at first, and as it caught on and friends started calling me HABBADA, it progressed from there, and I had a decal made for my car with the word HABBADA on it, and my license plate I changed to HABBADA, and then people wanted a sticker for their car, So one thing just led to another, and it continued. It started out in Auburn, New York, and now it's pretty much all over the world.
Yeah, I think it's great, and it's funny that the first time you said it Habbada, 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 because after my mom told me about it, I started bringing it to my school, and me and my friend always say it at least 3 times. We're always like Habbada, 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 hardly ever just once. We always have to say it 3 times.
Yeah, that's the catchiness to it, which is great because through repetition, it catches, and it just goes from there.
Yeah. So you mentioned how, it didn't really start out as this whole business and donating and everything. Can you tell us what your hopes for HABBADA are, and how it has evolved already?
Yeah, absolutely. My hopes for HABBADA is to continue to spread the word and get it out there as much as I can. I have a lot of friends that are spreading it, and really the word of mouth is probably one of the most powerful tools. And the positive message that HABBADA portrays is what's the most important. And as it continues to grow, it can only continue to do more good. And that's what my hopes are for HABBADA, is to continue to make an impact in a positive way, because, as we all live in this world, all you have to do is turn on the news. There's not a lot of very positive messages that the news has to offer these days. But if you set that aside and really focus on, actually caring about other people, and it really will continue to grow. As far as what it's gone through thus far, and the organizations and things that it's helped, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it's like I said, it started in Auburn, New York, which is a small community, very close knit, and I've been able to friends get HABBADA to venture off to different states. HABBADA's in Iowa, Rhode Island, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Colorado, Rochester. I had a friend who traveled recently to India. She brought some HABBADA stickers to India, and she was able to get some taxi cabs to put HABBADA on their vehicles. As you mentioned in the intro, over in Afghanistan, I had a friend who was able to get one on a tank over in Afghanistan. So, it's spreading, and my hope is for it to continue to spread.
Yeah, I think it's great, and you're creating unity to help others is what Humanity's Team, who's our sponsor, is all about, is oneness and the exact same message. So I think it's great that you're getting it out there.
Thank you. I mean, it started, like I said, you mentioned, live it, love it, and share it. And, that's such a great positive message. And I had to, decide what the mission statement was going to be for HABBADA once I realized that, I did need to turn this into something more. And, the creating unity to help others, coincides with the living it, loving it, sharing it. So, the more people that know about this, will only continue to grow and help people.
Yeah. I find it amazing how quickly, like, this idea, they see this word, and then people really like the word, which is funny. And I think that's really cool that the people just found resonance in a word, and that, like, people can kind of feel their own resonance and meaning for the word. And that's really cool to think about, that people just came up to you, can I get a bumper sticker? Can I get something with the word on it?
Yeah, when you wear a shirt or somebody sees it, it doesn't matter if it's on a koozie or on another car, and once you really get them to understand that the message is creating unity to help others. There are a lot of very caring people in society, and it tends to be second nature to want to help someone else, and that's a great feeling, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Actually, because my family, we have a HABBADA bumper sticker on my mom's car, and one time we were driving to Target, and we were walking into Target, and this little old lady comes up to us, and she's like, "I was behind you when we were on the road and everything, and I just have to ask, what does HABBADA mean?" And then we explained it to her, and she's like, "Oh, that's so great." But it was such a weird, because people hadn't asked me yet, and we were just like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah, when your mom told me that story, it really made me laugh, but it also made me smile because, part of part of getting it out there is the curiosity, and when you're driving, I can't tell you how many people will take a picture of a vehicle and send it to me, and and now it's become a joke, HABBADA spotting. And people are taking pictures and posting it on my Facebook or on Group HABBADA on Facebook. And, that only just reinforces the fact that it's definitely out there and it's definitely making a positive impact, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I love how fast and how well it's spreading.
Thank you. I do. I definitely, when I started this, I did not realize how fast it would take off either, because in the beginning, it was just something that, like I said, I put on my car, and, friends kept asking for stickers, and I kept making them, and for like the first year and a half, I kind of just made them and paid, for them out of my pocket, and, then people would offer money, and, it's like, no, I just appreciate you, spreading the word, and that's when I really had to make a decision. Okay, this obviously has a future, and, to be able to help people, like I said, that's the biggest impact. And I'm sure we'll get to, different things that we've been able to help thus far later on in the interview. So it's a great feeling. It's nice to know that there are people that will support great causes. So.
Yeah. You just mentioned that you guys support, and help people. What are the kind of charities and people that you try to support through your business?
Well, the first donation that I was able to do for HABBADA was I one Sunday morning was reading the newspaper, and there was an article about a young soldier who was over in Afghanistan, and he's from Union Springs, which is close to Auburn. His name is Kyle Kassler, and he was over in Afghanistan, and he was hit by a roadside bomb, and unfortunately, he, lost a leg during this war. And they were holding a benefit in Union Springs to raise money for him. And I said, I think this is something that I definitely can help with. And I had actually never met Kyle before in my life, but just reading the story and seeing that there was going to be a benefit one town over, that kind of got the ball rolling. So I had bracelets made, and through the help of Curly's restaurant in Auburn, we sold the bracelets there, and we were able to raise money to donate to his charity. And that was really the first benefit that I was able to donate to. And then it kind of took off from there. There's a gentleman who's a great friend of mine, Dave Clifford. He's had Crohn's since he was 17. He was diagnosed, and he's definitely had a pretty significant struggle with Crohn's through the years. And we decided that we would do a benefit for him, and we were able to raise money for him. I was approached actually by Dave, a family friend of his, who is an 8-year-old kid who lives in Auburn named Zach. He was doing a soapbox derby race in Auburn, and we were able to sponsor him. And then, it just continued. The St. Baldrick's Foundation, I was able to raise money for breast cancer awareness. Baby Easton, that's an ongoing, charity that I'm continuing. He's a baby that was born in Syracuse, and he actually lives in Weedsport with his family, and he was born with EB, which is a rare skin disorder. So that's an ongoing charity that HABBADA is continuing to raise money for. And then I was approached by one of our local bowling alleys, Falcon Lanes in Auburn, and actually in February we did a bowling tournament, and we were able to raise money for the local SPCA. So, there's really no rhyme or reason to, where the money is being donated. It's just spur-of-the-moment causes that, we're able to make an impact.
Yeah, I think that's great that it's not necessarily locked into anything. It just goes to whatever needs it at that time. And I think it's also
definitely. That's one of the nice things. I don't want to say I really pick and choose, but I kind of do. One of my friends, Vinny Gleason, he's been a very active member in the community with the Run for Life organization, and he signed up for the Boston Marathon for the Miles for Miracles, and that's been an ongoing donation as well. And he'll be in the Boston Marathon next month. It's all over the board. Whether it's a $50 donation or a $300 donation, everything helps that particular cause, which is nice.
Yeah, I think it's great, and it also is a fun way to raise money too. It's not, and there are other things that are fun to. Other organizations have fun ways to raise money and things, but it's not like a boring or even a hardship. It's just, I bought this bracelet that I really like, and it also went to help charity. I think that's great.
Yeah, definitely. I try to make it fun, and that's one of the keys to success. When you do something that's your job, it's either a job or a passion. And there's that saying, when you're going to work and you don't look at it as work, then you know that it's meant to be. And this is something that, I enjoy doing, and I enjoy seeing the benefits that we've been able to make. Just because I'm the one who is ultimately in charge of it, everybody truly who, makes a purchase of any HABBADA merchandise is making that impact along with me. And, it's not just me. It's, everybody that's being so very generous and supportive. And when you say keeping it fun, that's part of it. Walking into a room and, 30 people yelling HABBADA, or, being out and HABBADA, HABBADA, HABBADA is, over the PA for an entire room to hear, definitely, makes that a very fun experience.
So, because HABBADA sells merchandise to raise money, what are all the things that HABBADA sells?
That's a great question. Pretty much anything is available. Like I said, it started out with the bumper stickers, and then it turned to T-shirts, and then to hoodies, and then to koozies. The bracelets are, a great way to raise money. Everybody, doesn't matter what age, I think has some type of bracelet on that was a donation, and it's a great way for them to show their support, of some type of organization. I started doing winter beanie hats with HABBADA being embroidered on them. We're moving forward into sweatpants, and I know the younger generations love the sling bags, the backpacks with the strings on them. So I started getting into some of them. But pretty much, special requests are one of the best because that allows the person who's making the donation or purchase to be able to have something that was a special request, and they're more apt to continue to wear it, which only reemphasizes HABBADA itself.
Yeah, I think that's true. The customized things are kind of more specific to the person. Great. Could you tell us how somebody could purchase some of these items?
Absolutely, I'd love to. You can go on to HABBADA's website, which is www.habbada.com, and that's spelled HABBADA. And from there, you can go to Contact HABBADA, and you can email me right off of the website, or you can go on Facebook and search Group HABBADA and become a member, and from there you can see all sorts of different merchandise in the picture tab of different HABBADA merchandise, and hopefully within the next week or two, I'm going to relaunch a new HABBADA design, which I'm really looking forward to continue to get a nice fresh look on it, and hopefully that'll be a success as well.
Great. And we're about out of time, but is there any things you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah, lastly, I would just like to thank some of the local businesses that have HABBADA displayed proudly, which reemphasizes the fact of, businesses supporting HABBADA. The Downtown Deli in Auburn, New York has HABBADA. Falcon Lanes, like I said, the bowling alley is a proud sponsor of HABBADA. S&B Catering displays HABBADA on their locations at the New York State Fair. Hazlitt Winery, the Rasta Ranch Winery, the Printery and A&M Graphics, and Finger Lakes Transport in Auburn, New York also. And in the Syracuse market, new coming soon is going to be the Ice Museum and Ice Bar, which the Ice Farm, they specialize in ice sculptures, and he's also been a really big supporter of HABBADA. So I want to thank everybody, including the businesses and everybody that has supported HABBADA. And hopefully we can continue to grow and continue to make a very positive impact on anyone who is in need.
That's great. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And also, thanks everybody for listening. And remember, you can find us on YouTube, or you can listen to our archives on Code Creator.